Alright, technically everyone is selfish, right? Like, I'd say I'm selfish, and you're selfish. Let's figure, like, even people like Hamza, first man, I'd say they're selfish. Let's go a couple of leagues higher in the good people tier. Mr. Beast, he's selfish. A couple more leagues higher in the good people tier. Martin Luther King, he was selfish. Now, these are very bold claims, right? These horribly bold claims. These good people are selfish? What the fuck are you talking about, bro? You're insecure dumbass. Let me talk about this. Because to be honest, this whole argument is just with the power of framing things, right? So let's just go down a couple more leagues. Let's go with Hamza. Let's compare him with your typical scammer. Now, Hamza and this scammer, they both have a similarity and a difference. And they're both similar, firstly, in that they both have desires that they want to fulfill. Now, the difference just comes in, what are those desires that they want to fulfill? Well, with the scammer, it's easy. His desire to fulfill is that he wants money. He wants quick, cheap, and dishonest money, however he can get it. Now, that's obviously selfish. There's not much to it. But with Hamza, his desires he wants to fulfill is he wants to decrease fatherlessness. He wants to turn boys into men, Jeffrey to Adonis. He wants the world to be a better place. And he wants to raise his children in a better world. Obviously selfless things, right? But, of course, there's the selfish side to it. Of course. And he's admitted to this too. Like, more nuanced meditation. He wants more people to meditate because the world is mindless. With the world having the attention span of a goldfish, like under 6 seconds. People, you can't focus on a conversation anymore. Like, you talk to a mindless person, and then that person's like, after 6 seconds of you talking your bit, they're immediately like, oh, can you repeat that? I forgot. Or you tell them something super important, and then they come back to you with a response completely irrelevant from what you just said, as if they just ignored you or they just waited for you to say something. So obviously Hamza wants more people to be mindful, more present in the moment, so everybody's in the moment of a conversation, right? Of course, and he wants that to be a thing because he doesn't want people to be mindless and out of touch and ignoring him when he's directly speaking to him, because that's gonna hurt him as well as obviously everyone else. So yeah, that's kind of a selfish desire. And making the world a better place, he wants to make the world a better place and decrease fatherlessness, so in the future there's gonna be more better people that his children can grow up in. Technically, he'd be doing all of this just so his children have a better place to grow up. Now, that's more in the gray zone between selfishness and selflessness. Let's just get on with the point, because my point is that with every selfless desire, there's a selfish one as well, accompanying it. And my point isn't to say that everybody is bad, everyone is selfish. I don't think selfish is a bad term in that sense. Selfishness can be both good and bad, right? In this kind of context. So I just want to get into I like to make this a saying, I like to make this a quote. Quote me, put this on my gravestone. Benefiting others benefits you. Right on the ebook, right? Remember, benefiting others benefits you. Now, if you're ever having trouble being selfless or helping others, just think about that quote. Benefiting others benefits you. Right? If you're having trouble having examples of this, you've already gone through this teaching in your life already. Like, especially the popular advice of give somebody a compliment and it'll make you happy, or If you want to become happier or you want to boost your happiness in some way, go out and help somebody. Do it for others. Be selfless and you'll be happy. That you've probably heard of that advice many times before. And it's right. It's still the same concept of selflessness. It's selfish. You be selfless so you can be happy. Right? It's that same concept. Benefiting others benefits you. And benefiting others benefits you. You can use that. You can literally use this idea everywhere and anywhere. Mainly in the points when, like, especially with the benefiting others benefits you. It could be especially helpful when you're struggling on working towards something. Like, say you're working on exercise. You're having trouble staying consistent. You're having trouble bulking or cutting or whatever it is. And your starting reason was, oh, I exercise for myself. I do this, I do that. But inevitably, there's gonna be some point where I do it for myself. That reasoning isn't gonna cut it, and it hasn't been cutting it for me. So when you're feeling like giving up, when you're struggling, when you're down in the dumps, right? Sometimes having a selfless view on things can help you progress through life, through your habits, through your goals. Now let's take exercise again. Instead of having the idea of, oh, I'm doing it for myself, sometimes it is okay to have it. Maybe, what if I do it for girls, right? For example. Of course, let's get a little bit, and obviously not all girls. You don't want the bad bitches, the 0 out of 10s, right? You're not doing it for them. Say, I'll exercise today so that one day in the future, I'll meet the 10 out of 10 girl, the dream girl, the girl of my dreams, and honestly, I live a happier life with her. And of course, since I have a nice physique, it's obviously going to be way easier to find your dream girl, since you're more attractive, right? I mean, objectively, you're going to be more attractive if you're muscular as a guy, right? So things like that. It's just a way to move on with life. Think of the selfless reason when you're struggling, sticking with a selfish reason. That was my idea, right? I guess that's all I have to say. Wish you well. See ya.